Hi, we already all know each other. My name is Katie, and I'm based out of Portland, Oregon, and I'm currently in Seattle, Washington. And that's the city behind me, which is pretty cool. So, I am excited to be rounding up our bachelor's degree. Plans for after this is done is to continue into my master's degree. So I applied here and three other schools. And I know some of you are doing the same path. So that'll be fun to be able to have our journeys continue together. So applied for the master's program, haven't gotten it yet, but that's the plan, is to be a licensed counselor, do the master's program after the bachelor's here, hopefully at George Fox. So this class was interesting. I just right off the bat wanted to look into the field of psychology, or the cognitive psychology linked with personality. That was the field or discipline I chose from our thing. So chapter 1 was describing to us why behaviorism focuses on what we do, that cognitive psychology is really the why behind that. So it requires that we analyze the mental processes that underlie that behavior. And so basically we're discovering why we do what we do, what shapes our personality and our social interactions, why we form the habits we do, or why we have strong personality traits, which is super interesting right out the gate. So in relation to personality, cognitive psychology, there was some research that I did, and basically what I learned was that our individual personality traits and behaviors are shaped by our thought process, our perception, and our interpretation of events. So cognitive psychology explores how people think about themselves and others. For example, someone who's constantly interprets others' actions as threatening may develop a more defensive or agitated personality style. And then on the contrary, someone who is a trusting person might interpret ambiguous situations as safe and non-threatening, and people having the best of intentions. Cognitive psychology also studies how people explain events. For example, a person with a pessimistic personality may habitually interpret failures as due to personal flaws, while someone with an optimistic personality frames them as temporary or as situational. So this is just scratching the surface. I'm excited to see what else we learn next.